Hey everybody, and welcome back to Stan's Bros. I'm your host David, and today we have a bit of a different video. So recently, Driven, which is a massive car show, came by Calgary, and I took some footage of the top 5 cars that, I don't know, it stood out to me. Starting off with this 1970 Dodge Challenger. Now, if you guys don't already know why this car is so famous, can you really call yourself a car fan? Obviously, it's modeled after Dom Toretto's, which is a character in the Fast and Furious series. Something that I found super impressive about this 1970 Dodge Charger is the fact that it has 425 horsepower. That is amazing for this time era. And then something else that caught my eye during this car show is obviously the NOS in there. Do you guys think that's real, or do you think that's just for show? Also, look at how big that engine is. Are you guys with the engine popping out of the hood there, or do you think that's a little bit obnoxious? Me, myself, I love muscle cars. I grew up around them. I think that's completely normal. Now, I know it is lacking a little bit on the interior, but I mean, it's from 1970s. What can you do? So, what are your guys' overall thoughts on this 1970 Dodge Charger? Let me know down in the comments. Next up, we have this beautiful 2019 Lamborghini. And I have to say, I love the color scheme of the interior. The acid green on black suede is absolutely beautiful. Now onto the fun things. This 5.2 liter naturally aspirated V10 produces up to 631 horsepower. That's 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds. However, it does come with an impressive price tag of $250,000 USD. Now you guys might be asking yourself why I put a Lamborghini into this list. And I know this car show is about aftermarket cars, but you don't quite see Lamborghinis here in Calgary where I'm from. You guys might see them every day wherever you guys are from. But in Calgary, we might only see a Lamborghini maybe once or twice every 3-4 months. So I definitely wanted to put this in that list. Plus, the acid green looks phenomenal on this car. Now I want to know down in the comments what you guys think about this 2019 Lamborghini Technica. Do you think I should have added it to this list, or do you think that I should have left it out of the list? Either way, this is definitely a really beautiful car. Love the acid green. Next up, I don't know if you guys can guess it by this beautiful interior, but it is a Rolls-Royce Phantom. And the reason I put this in this list is because, again, I've only seen 2 of these in my entire life, and I am 27. This car stood out to me just because of the beautiful interior. Now, that could just be because I'm a detailer, and I detail the inside of cars all the time, but I just loved the interior. The other thing that I found impressive about this car, and I don't really know why, but it has over 500 horsepower. Like, I thought this was a luxury car. You get a driver, it's a nice smooth ride. Had no idea these things had over 500 horsepower. Now, one of the things that I didn't really like about this car, and I know a lot of people agree, is why go to such trouble to have such a lovely interior just to have such a basic, plain exterior? Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, what is something with a 6.7 liter engine, 500 horsepower, Rolls-Royce, lovely interior cost? Well, it's about $600,000 USD starting price. Do you guys think that's worth it for this car, or do you think that's a little bit overpriced? Let me know down in the comments. Okay, so next up, we have my absolute favorite car on this list. It is a Brabus. Not just any. It is the 800 bi-turbo, and what that basically means is 800 horsepower. 800 horsepower in a G-Wagon. If that doesn't scream that you have money, I don't know what does. Now, for those of you that don't really know what a Brabus is it's just a normal G-Wagon, but they brought it to a tuning company that tunes Porsche and Mercedes and a few other cars, and they basically strap a fancy badge onto it to let everyone know that you have money. Plus, they add an outrageous amount of horsepower. Now, I do know the owner of this car, but I couldn't find him to put the windows down so that I could film the interior, but I have to say I love the blue wrap on this car. Now, I keep talking about money and showing off how much money you have. How much does one of these actually cost? Well, after a little bit of Googling, I found out that these cars start at about $750,000 USD. Now, that's before all his other fancy modifications, and after talking to him a little bit, we're pushing about $900,000 just on this particular one. Again, what do you guys think down in the comments? Is this car worth $700,000 to $900,000, or do you think it's a little bit much? And for the last car on my list is this beautiful 2016 AMG GTS. Now, I know I said the Rolls-Royce was a little bit plain on the outside, and I don't know if it's because of that big engine staring right at you or what, but I absolutely fell in love with this car. Speaking of the engine, that is a 4-liter V8 twin-turboed, producing just under 500 horsepower, bringing you to speeds of 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. And guys, get a load of this interior, the red on black. It's one of my favorite color schemes. And of course, you're getting top of the line intelligence with Mercedes MBUX system. Let me know, guys, do you love this interior? This is probably one of the reasons I actually fell in love with the car. I loved the red on black. Are you guys ready to be shocked? Because this is something that I found super, super strange, especially with it being a supercar, is that it's actually extremely reliable. Get that, a supercar that's reliable. Now, I know you guys might talk about Porsche being extremely reliable or start every single time. This isn't a Porsche. And if you normally talk about supercars, they're not the most reliable cars, and you don't buy a supercar because they're reliable. But this, apparently, is a really, really reliable car. And that's it for today's video. I know it's a little bit different. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see more videos like this. I love going to car shows, and I can definitely film as much footage as possible. Hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and I'll see you on the next video.